The Sims team issued a statement on the current save issues, including those with For Rent, and the Sims Lab is now also on their Discord. Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. So here's just a brief look at the Sims Direct tweet with respect to those community concerns with save file issues. They also shared that on their Discord. We're going to take a look at that in a little bit more detail, but first, as I said, the Sims Lab is now on the Sims Discord, and it's going to be the hub for all things feedback, ideas, and special community programs. From feedback forums to surveys to even playtest opportunities, Sims Lab is where your voice helps shape the future of The Sims. So launching today, they have a brand new feedback forum, which if you're on their Discord, you can select that and add it to your pages and things that you want to be pinged on or have access to. So they're kicking things off with 2 topics: a permanent gameplay feedback, which is always going to be open, and a limited gallery feedback, which is open for 2 weeks. We're going to take a look at those. But also in a few weeks, they're going to have a permanent Discord feedback post and a limited time feedback thread about a special new Discord program they're working on. And by late September, there's supposed to be 2 new permanent posts all about your favorite areas, create a sim and build by. So right now it's only for gameplay, not create a sim and build by. So if you want to stay in the loop, you can grab the shiny new Sims Labs role in the channel and roles and get pinged whenever fresh feedback opportunities go live. And I'm just showing this because when I went to go set it up, I didn't actually see Sims Labs in the channels and roles, but I did see that feedback opportunities, and it was the only one I hadn't signed up for, so I did. And once I did that, in my sort of summary over to the side, which I'm not showing you here, I saw Sims Lab at that point. By the time you go, if you haven't gone already, perhaps they'll have changed it to Sims Lab, but if they haven't, look for that feedback opportunities if you want to be signed up for it. Here's just a brief look at that general feedback for the Sims 4 gameplay ideas. So this is about gameplay, not create a sim, not build by. That's coming later. And what they're saying is that they're asking us to try to use the simple format that they showed there with the 5 areas. And I would suggest that this is probably the best way to do it, because there is some chat also in this channel, and if you actually want your ideas seen, if you put it in this format, I expect it'll be seen better than if you just put it in, I would like this, if you put it like this. So they're asking for what area of gameplay your feedback's about, and they have some examples. They want to know what works well right now, what you enjoy about the feature system, and what makes it feel fun or right. What isn't working or feels frustrating? Where do you feel limited, annoyed, or like something is missing? What new ideas or improvements would you suggest? What would make this gameplay system more engaging, realistic, or fun? And why would this improve your gameplay experience? And how would it change the way you play or make things better for you and other players? So those are the 5 things that they would like in the feedback, preferably. So that, as I said, is permanent. But this is the 2-week one for gallery. So what they're looking for is they're looking for information about discovering content on the gallery. How easy is it to find new content relevant to your interests, gameplay goals, and how can they make searching for content easier? And generally, what would you love to see improved or added? Share your thoughts below. And this is only going to be open till September 10th, and it's going to be moved to read only at that time. So it's not disappearing, but you won't be able to comment on it. So that was it for the whole Sims Lab and the feedback that's been added to the Discord, the Sims Discord. I'll be linking to the Sims Discord below, so you can go join if you haven't already done so. So here we're back to this quite long tweet, but is really the TLDR of the detailed post, which we'll also be taking a look at. So it says they've received questions from players with concerns about the For Rent expansion pack and save file issues in The Sims 4. So they're sharing a detailed update on it, but this is the quick TLDR. They have fixed 29 community reported issues on For Rent and have 37 currently under investigation, with 11 requiring more info from players. 2 of those issues are related to save file concerns, so 2 of the 37 our save file concerns, with a combined total of 222 votes from players. They have a partial fix currently identified for the issue with the most votes, and they'll share updates as they have them. And while they don't have the details here, there are details about what that particular issue is in the longer version of this. For save file issues more broadly, i.e. not necessarily related to For Rent, they're currently aware of 6 issues that players correlate with save corruption. Their investigations show this is a complex situation. It's not a single bug, and given the huge variance in devices, setups, packs, and other factors, will continue to require thorough investigation by their team. They're committed to tackling this, and any detailed reports players can share will really help them progress. So if you're experiencing a serious issue with your game, please use this post, which they link here, as an easy way to report the issue by answering the questions outlined. We will cover that, but first, you can read the full update here, and they link to that, and that is what this is summarizing. And we're going to actually start with that detailed look. So, community concerns with save file issues. Sulsul Summers. We received questions with players about concerns about the For Rent expansion pack and what they've been doing to tackle save file issues in The Sims 4. So to address this community concern, they're providing an update below on For Rent issues they're currently investigating, current issues with The Sims 4 that might impact saves, how they prevent issues before release, and what to do if you're experiencing serious issues with your game. So then they go on to say nothing is more important to us than the performance of our game and players' enjoyment of it, and we've been investigating these issues thoroughly before providing an update. What we discovered is this is not a single bug, and given the same thing they already said about the variance in devices, apps, packs, etc., it's required an extended investigation. So with that being shared, let's dive in. So, For Rent. Known issues. They have fixed 29 For Rent issues that the community has reported, and as of August 26th, they're tackling 37 others, which they link to, and we'll take a quick look at, across 2 different statuses. So 26 issues are currently being investigated. This means they're aware of the community report and it's going through their internal processes. This can become a lengthy process that ranges from trying to replicate the bug to identifying the cause, working on a fix, testing the fix, or scheduling an update for the fix to come. The team will share updates as the work continues. There are 11 issues that require more info. This means they're unable to make progress on the issue until they get more specific information from players who are experiencing it. Save files with the issue occurring is the most helpful for their teams, and you can learn more about how to report issues further down on this particular post. So that's For Rent. Now, the 37 issues essentially is coming from this summary of the forums that Crinrag pulls together. And as you can see from here, and as they had already indicated, it's not all save issues. There's just a lot of issues. But similarly, if you pull this up for other packs, there would be issues. Some of them are a little bit more minor than others, but obviously if you're experiencing them, maybe you don't consider them minor. Things that bug me might not bug you so much. Pun not intended, but still, there you go. Then, now let's move along to the next category. For Rent, save file issues. Of the 37, they're currently aware of 2 issues commonly associated with save corruption that players are experiencing. So one is lots houses disappear in saves featuring a large number of rental units with 173 votes. They've identified a partial fix for this issue and will provide an update once we have more information about the scale of the fix. We won't mark this as fully resolved until they're confident we fix the issue as described by players in the post. So they have a partial fix, but it doesn't seem like it's fully there. And I don't know if they're going to release the partial fix and see how that at least tones things down, or if they'll wait for the full fix. I can't tell from this. Then the other one is that there's a white screen when loading the world with 39 votes. They're tracking this across PlayStation 4 and looking for more reports. If this is not your experience with For Rent and you continue to face issues that specifically relate to this pack, they'd like to receive the information needed to investigate further. If you recognize an issue you're facing, please drop a comment or a vote. It really helps them prioritize what to tackle next. If your For Rent issue is not listed in that spot that I had shown previously, and we'll link to, I'll be linking to this so you'll get get the links down below. Please start a new post on the bug forum so they can investigate it. So moving on, we have the Sims 4 save issues. Let's look at what issues are impacting save files on the Sims 4 more broadly. A most severe issue would be if the Sims 4 game is completely unable to be opened and does not launch. There currently have 0 confirmed reports of this. If any players are experiencing this, please leave a comment there so that they can help troubleshoot. Now, I have seen some reports, but the reports I've seen have been on modded games, which is quite commonly the culprit. Broken mods for your game not opening. I'm not saying it's the only one, but that is quite a common one. The next type of serious issue is when a player is able to load the game but unable to load their save. From what they found in their investigation so far, we're currently aware of 6 issues that players correlate with save corruption, and this is where we're investing our focus to resolve. So the game loads up initially, but then the player is unable to make further progress. This could mean a player sees a white screen or the game crashes. The player gets stuck in infinite loading or receives an error message that prevents them from being able to play that particular save files. So for that, there's 3 known issues. 1, unable to load lots after the August 19th, 2025 update. That has 104 votes. They're looking for save files from players who don't use mods. And I think they're struggling because from what I can gather, the majority of this seems to be people who have used mods at some point, though there's some cases still having problems even after taking their mods out. Players report being stuck on an endless loading screen when using lots from the gallery. That has 81 votes. Players are reporting seeing a load error 800-801 while playing the game with 44 votes. They've been trying to reproduce the issue internally with no success, and they're looking for save files that exhibit this issue. If you're experiencing this issue, please share your save file in the EA forum linked above. Next, the game and save file loads, but the player reports that things are broken, which typically means builds, lots, items, and or sims are missing. There's 3 known issues here also. Neighboring builds are missing with 98 votes, builds lots disappearing with 85 votes, and furniture is floating with builds missing with 14 votes. It's important to note that just because these issues are not unique to For Rent, they may have connections to For Rent that could be uncovered during investigation. You can expect us to share updates as they find them. They're committed to continue investigating these issues and work towards making progress, alongside shipping fixes for other top community concerns. We aim to deliver updates quickly once we have new or helpful information to keep players informed of their progress. So keep reading to learn more about how the team works behind the scenes to identify and address player issues. So next we have investigating game issues. Before they release new content, they complete compliance tests across platforms and multiple levels of quality verification, including playtesting with the Sims team and a paid group of experienced Sims players from the community. They're unable to recreate every potential sim scenario across the different combinations of packs, playstyles, and devices before launch. Once it's been released, we utilize player feedback to understand what issues are being experienced by how many people and any patterns of what might be causing them to aid their resolution. Another variable is if players use mods and custom content, they're unable to test against those in their pre-launch testing. Some mods come with permissions that modify save file structure, which can have unintended consequences out of their control. They have best practices for mod players linked there, which includes disabling mods before any update, and they do their best to let modders know when to expect a base game update via their roadmaps. They also share their tuning description files via Discord to help with their updates, and that provides essential information for understanding and modifying data like field names and options. So they do their best or try their best to help modders. Next, we have reporting game issues. If you're experiencing something that's impacting your ability to play the game that's not on these lists, they want to hear about it. If you're unable to get your Sims 4 game to load or have a save file that you cannot open anymore, they want to hear from us and review that save file. They've created a new thread, which they had referenced before, and we are going to go over, for any reports that the game is not functioning as expected, as they want to capture the full situation. So fixing old issues and addressing new ones are both equally important to their team and to players. While many players continue to play without interruption, we understand experiencing these issues is frustrating, and they remain committed to making progress against them. They'll continue to update players via Sims Direct on X and Discord and through their laundry list and patch notes. Plus, they've seen players ask for information on how to back up save files and improve the overall game performance that they'll be sharing soon. So lastly, they invite players to join their Discord community so that they can hear from you directly and chat with Simmers and so on. And then, we have the new feedback form that I had already discussed that launched on the 27th. So here is the one with respect to investigating the game launch and save file issues. And this is where they're asking for feedback. So if you're unable to play the game, they want to hear from us. The more detail you give us about the issue you're having, the more it helps them to be able to replicate it internally, which is the first step towards fixing it. Please only respond to this post if you have an issue with your game and by answering these questions, as this will provide us the baseline info required or needed for their investigations. 1. Does the game launch at all? If not, do you get an error message? And if yes, does the game endlessly load? So they need obviously all the answers that you can provide. 2. Does the game load but buildings, lots, worlds, or sims are missing? 3, is this happening to every save or one specific save? And does it happen on new saves as well? 4, do you use mods? Does the issue persist after all mods are removed? Have you tried repairing your game while mods are removed? Does the issue persist after repair? And have you tried uninstalling and reinstalling the game? And does the issue persist? So receiving a save file of this issue happening is the most helpful way for us to be able to investigate further. If you happen to have a save file that will not load, please send it to us by following the instructions they give there, and they link to it. Please also include the above bulleted information or a link to your post in the thread for tracking when you send the save. The team will be reading every comment in this post, and you can help us keep this thread on topic to ensure we don't miss any critical information. If your issue is one they're already tracking, they'll move your comment to that thread to keep things organized. Thank you for your patience and help with our investigations. I'm curious what you think about all of the information that they provided, and also, are you on the Sims Discord? Are you planning on providing some feedback over there with respect to gameplay? And while it's open, the gallery feedback? I'd love to know in a comment down below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!